Hello and welcome. This presentation is entitled Mithras at Dura-Europos, the Arts of the Farthest Mithraeum. Allow me to draw you back in time, nearly 2 millennia, to look upon the face of an ancient Roman god. Mithras, the bull slayer, was the center of a widespread and popular all-male mystery religion from the late 1st to early 5th century CE. Although we know of over 400 Mithraea, or temples, dedicated to Mithras, the god and his followers remain elusive to modern scholars because very little literary evidence exists for the cult. The Mithraeus did not have a centralizing authority or a holy book like their contemporaries, the Jews and early Christians. Instead, the religion consisted of small communities and relied on visual symbols to convey religious knowledge. One such symbol, known as the tauroctony, or bull slaying scene, is shown here. I was initially drawn to focus my research on Mithraism because of its mysterious paradoxes. I wondered how this religion had come to flourish across 3 continents and survived for 3 centuries without any written doctrine or hierarchy. I began my summer research with this question: would the numerous Mithraic communities of the Roman Empire be able to understand each other? In other words, was there one Mithraism or many? I decided to study the Mithraeum of Dura-Europos in order to answer this question. From 165 to 256 CE, this site in modern-day Syria was a trading center and garrison of the Roman Empire. I chose the Mithraeum of Dura for 3 reasons. First, it is very well preserved at the Yale University Art Gallery. Second, Dura-Europos was a multicultural city with diverse religious communities. Third, the Dura Mithraeum was the most remote Mithraic temple in the Roman Empire and the farthest from Rome, at over a month's journey away. Because of its distance and cultural surroundings, I theorized this Mithraic community was the most likely of all to exhibit fundamental differences when compared to others. My goal was to determine if a Mithraic initiate from another part of the empire, such as Rome or the northern frontiers, would fully recognize the religious beliefs and practices of the Dura-Mithraeum community. Over the course of the summer, I conducted extensive fieldwork and library research. I visited several Mithraea in Italy, as well as the reconstructed Mithraeum of Dura at Yale University. I also sifted through countless books and journals to learn about Mithraic symbolism and find information on Dura. I studied and sketched all existing visual elements from the Dura Mithraeum and compared the imagery, motifs, and mythic components found there to numerous Mithraea from across the Imperium. Here are a few points from my comparison. First, the aforementioned tauroctony scene, shown here on the left. The example from Dura is nearly identical to hundreds of representations from across the Mithraic world. Initiates from Egypt to Britain and Spain to Syria gazed into the same face as you see here. Many other features of the Dura Mithraeum parallel Mithraea elsewhere. In design, the Mithraeum was structured with the same elongated and vaulted shape as other Mithraic temples. The building was also detailed with zodiac symbols and mythic scenes consistent with other known Mithraic sites. Though the makers of the Dura Mithraeum employed many local art styles to convey fundamental ideas about Mithraism, the concepts behind the imagery did not change. My research concluded with strong proof that the Mithraic community of Dura-Europos, despite the incorporation of local styles and features, remained faithful to the standards of other Mithraea from across the empire. This finding demonstrates that the Mithraeus at Dura held the same religious understandings as those in other Mithraea, pointing towards a unified religion. While the Dura temple is only one site, its status as the farthest Mithraeum is good evidence in favor of this view. My study also suggested reasons why Mithraism was able to spread without much transformation. The religion was probably standardized by the movement of individuals between sites and the easily replicable visual symbols involved in its rituals. These images, in particular, stand as an obvious sign of remarkable continuity and still remain to fascinate explorers of the ancient past. Thank you.